Let's explore the matrix for autopoietic modality. It says, the autopoietic company is an autonomous observing system that is simultaneously open for data, but closed for information. It is a group of individuals who have created an emergent frame of reference. Now, what that means is anything that the group witnesses is tested within this set of ideas. Members of the organization collect and assimilate data. Bits of stuff, and that stuff is interpreted within the frame of reference. When new information is offered, information which has been formed from a different worldview, is not accepted with that different meaning. The meaning structure that forms the information does not, that's ignored. So the information that's offered is taken but treated as data. And because it's treated as data, a new meaning is made. New data is taken and is processed and is given meaning. But the new information is not. The new information is treated as data. And so it's given another new meaning. It becomes new information. Oh, daddy, daddy, daddy. The human resource manager in an organization like this would say something like, everybody in our organization is a free agent. We try to develop opportunities and organization and support. We try to develop opportunities and support the organization members by putting them into action. And that part, putting them into action, is actually quite important. Perception of the environment. Well, the world is brought forth in conversations. What we know and what we understand about the space that we live in, the space that we occupy, that comes from conversation. The environment, brackets, as we understand it, brackets, as we understand it, brackets, and the organization, that is to say, the way in which the members operate and see things and interpret things. The organization and the environment co-evolve. Okay. Dwelling. Well, we're dwelling in our relationships and our conversations about our experience of the environment and the actions that we're taking within that environment. So our reflection on our experiences, our reflections on our collective action. Oh, Jesus. I really did not want to edit this. It's funny, isn't it? When I read the slide, it's okay. When I come to speak it, it's not. Actually, I think I might leave this in because this is sort of illustrative of the dwelling in the organization and the territory that you're in. Your interaction with the territory, in my case, the incompetence. Okay, dwelling. We're dwelling in our relationships and our conversations about our experience of the environment and the actions we are taking. Remember, our collective actions and the environment evolve together. The focus on the experience of being in the environment, that's dwelling. Or rather, that's the way dwelling is perceived within this modality of knowledge. Ho, ho, ho. The CEO might say, we try to create new businesses and new industries, and we're constantly searching for discontinuity as a source of innovation. So learning. We learn new stuff through open dialogue by creating distinctions and meanings from our observations and our experiences. These distinctions are new ideas. In fact, discontinuity is an idea, right, that we can make meaningful and we can exploit, and hence we can develop new businesses. But this is about learning about the environment through our dialogue. Knowledge, then. The notion of knowledge is that knowledge resides in the mind, resides physically in the body, and in the social system. It is observer and history dependent. Meaning is formed through our experiences of things that we are dealing with, our experiences of interacting with the environment. Knowledge is not directly shared. It's only shared indirectly through discussions, through dialogue, through asking each other questions and sharing experiences. Learning a new knowledge comes from realizing that knowledge resides in our mind and our body and in the organization routines. That is to say, within the social system. It resides in dialogue, who we talk to, when we talk to, what we talk about. Knowing is knowing how to work with others and how to act together on new ideas. We might be saying our knowledge is private, we respect each other as individuals who have undergone different experiences and who come from different cultures. Knowledge development. We're taking it. Think about a discussion. The process of interpreting the data, the incoming data, in conversations is the cornerstone of developing new knowledge. And this enables autopoietic systems That is to say, us, in operating our business, to make distinctions and to create meaning according to our observations that we've made before and our previous experiences, which are shared through conversation and dialogue. We learn stuff through open dialogue and by creating distinctions and meaning from our observations, our experiences, and our sharing of those. A production employee might engage in the way from what I'm saying should engage in activities where they become involved, they work with, they see, they spend time with, they have coffee with other people in the organization who are close in production or close in a different way. So it may be a manufacturing engineer talking and working, spending time with operators. It may be a design engineer spending time with service engineers. It may be a design engineer talking with a production engineer talking with operators. There's an imperative here in this view, as what's written here, for individuals to chat, to work together, to chat, to spend time, to get to know each other. Learning a new knowledge comes from realizing that knowledge resides in our mind and our body and the organization routine. We get to know more when we know how to access these routines, when we know how to access, have dialogue about what's in each other's minds, rather than just relying on singular imperatives. I reminded of JFDI. So no. And no, I'm not going to tell you what that means. Truth. In an autopoietic modality, truth is not the main issue. By accepting that there isn't a singular objective reality, but there are different viewpoints, then these standpoints are possible. And the dialogue that emanates from there creates alternative, richer descriptions of what is. We create our own reality. There are many truths, and they are respected. So we come back again and we review, we re-see, we review, dwelling. And the little ones which are around us playing with their aeroplane. We review dwelling. It's dwelling in our relationships, our conversations about our experiences of the environment, the actions we're taking together, collectively. And the way in which these actions, these collective actions, and the environment co-evolve. The focus for us in dwelling is on the experience of being in the environment. We're focusing on the territory as experienced, not on any map. Where has this got us? excuse me, it all adds up to strategic thinking. It's not about what you want to make happen. It's not about analysing, creating a position, and making that thing, that position, happen. It just isn't about it. The strategy process, the thinking strategically, is about how we think, how we talk, and how we work together. But these processes, it seems, need some place, some space to happen. If I think about some of the British engineering companies that I've worked with or worked in, less so, but still in the water industry, the conversations or the dialogues usually were very, very, very tasky. Something which did not deal immediately with the task. Well, I'll be cruel, but it was seen as a waste of time. Sound strategic process, it seems, needs to create spaces where you both have permission and an obligation not to do the immediate tasky things, but to spend time getting acquainted, getting to understand your views and other people's views. These conversational spaces are known as bar. And they are important because they're how knowledge and know-how gets converted and gets created, gets brought into being. Let's have a look at each of these. The SECI model. It's a model. It's an ideal type. It's a model, but it came out of researching what Japanese companies do, right? So if you like, it's a codification of their practice. Yeah, this is what they do. First of all, there's a real emphasis on sharing experience. And this is perhaps known as originating bar. This comes from sharing experiences, sharing feelings and emotions about work situations, about maybe what's going on in the market space. Developing and sharing mental models of how you think things are happening and how you think things are going on. Right? Developing those and sharing them in dialogue, going round and round. This has to be face to face. The issue is developing tacit knowledge. Do you remember tacit knowledge from back? It's getting a sense of how you all know how. It's getting a sense of your values and what matters. It's getting a sense of your individual direction. And the way that blends with or tests the group's sense of direction. So through that process, you have some group tacit knowledge. The dialoguing bar then is interactive, and it's sharing, and it's creating hypotheses. It's self-reflecting. It's, well, what if, or what could we do about, or if we take this position, then what it is that you see or understand. And that leads us into the systematizing bar. The systematizing bar, in a sense, takes the conversations out of the dialoguing bar and locates them within the organization. So by combining both explicit elements of knowledge, which have become explicit out of the dialoguing bar, looking at those and viewing them as new possibilities. What can be done? This might be creating new. I think that little wah is one of the baby goats. It's such fun in the Philippines. You think you've got a nice quiet Sunday to do this. And then there's little boys with aeroplanes, goats, the guy next door shoveling stuff. So anyway, taking the explicit ideas that have come from the dialoguing bar and thinking about new products, new product combinations and new intermediate products, new technologies that we might develop to destabilize the product space, the market space that we operate in, which from Hamel and Prahalad's point of view is one of the key things. And then having created these explicit notions, we go into internalization. So the individual explicit knowledge carried away from the systematizing bar is used by the individuals to do it. Okay? The development of the tacit knowledge to do it. Now, if different individuals are developing tacit knowledge to do it, you'll have different tacit knowledge. And then back round you come again to the originating bar to, well, how are we doing? How's it going? What does it feel like? That, says Nonaka, is knowledge development, knowledge creation, dynamic knowledge creation. And that, for now, is where we will close our discussions of different images of knowledge and the way different modalities of knowledge and the way in which they impact on our ideas of strategy process. The absolute contrast is the explicit, simple, object view of knowledge and know-how. JFDI. Okay. I am the general manager. I am the owner. I am the creator. I know, and therefore you will. In an extreme case, of course. In real contrast to that is the autopoietic, which, as you can see from the Secchi model, bar, is a very social process. Groups of people making contributions, sometimes small, maybe sometimes big, to a process of emergent know how to enhance our business. And in the middle, you've got the relational view. Know-how, knowledge is invested in our relationships. I don't know what you would prefer to go for. It's very obvious in the way that I've been talking. I tend to go for these newer ones. You take care. We'll see you next time. Do I say?